What is up, guys? Nethervvoid with more War Thunder for you here, and today I'm going to be flying out in my Russian planes, but I did want to talk to you about some new stuff. I was reading on the forums about War Thunder, and first here I'm flying out with, I think, the Yak. I actually wasn't watching the screen when I flew out with it. I'm going to try to do a combat landing, again, like I always do. One thing I probably won't be doing anymore is using flaps as heavily in the beginning because it slows my plane down too much. And I don't get the cap in time. Really, you need to be the first one to the cap. Anyway, what I noticed that the devs were, or somebody was talking about, the devs said that they're going to introduce talking dogs to War Thunder. It's going to be pretty awesome, especially since, obviously, talking dogs have really awesome tank combat skills. And so they're going to be putting that in with tanks coming out soon. And there's going to be probably different varieties of dogs. Each line will just be a different type of dog. You might have fat dogs or skinny dogs. And there it is! Coming in too hard. Getting my ass beat by the ground right there. The ground is OP. You need to nerf that crap. I'm tired of the ground being so OP in this game. Are you kidding me, Gaijin? Come on! Alright, so back to the serious here. Now I'm going to fly out in the 39 because this thing's a beast, and I know I just did a video on the 39, but luckily for you guys, I die very quickly in this thing. I don't want to do too much foreshadowing here, but this video is really not about the P-39. I wouldn't show two P-39 videos in a row, so don't worry about it. Now, on to the real topic I wanted to talk about, because obviously talking dogs is fake, and it wasn't even that funny, I guess, but the real thing I want to talk about is I saw a thread about which Navy are you going to be trying to basically rank up first when the Navy comes out. And they had some images for the War Thunder Navy that I'm showing you right here. Some of the images that I don't think they're leaks, they're just been shown around the internet and on forums and stuff like that. Looks pretty neat, and it's going to be pretty cool, but only the one thing I did read from a moderator, hopefully this guy's wrong, but what he was saying was when Gaijin releases tanks or tanks or Navy, which there's kind of been a lot of discussion on the forums as to which one they're going to release first, that it will probably be like, let's say they release Navy first, it's going to be Navy versus Navy, not planes and Navy versus planes and Navy. They're not going to intermix the planes and the boats when they bring out the new Navy stuff. Which I think if they don't mix them together, that's really bad. I think they're really missing out if they don't mix the two together, because to me, that's going to be more fun than having them separate. Mind there being, AI boats in the plane game or in the current War Thunder right now, but I really think it'd be much cooler when you're fighting against actual players. So I just don't think it's a good idea to split it up. In fact, that's one of the biggest reasons I don't like World of Warplanes, is because it's a totally separate game than the tank game. Like, if it makes me think that the whole, we're going to put tanks, planes, and ships all in together in one game is a total farce when you're actually designing a new game and they aren't intertwined. You're already building a back end that doesn't work together with the other back end that you built. So you're basically building two games. That doesn't give me a lot of faith that you're going to build a game that has all three different parts intermingled. That just doesn't give me that feeling. It makes me feel like, because I know, from experience of being a gamer for so long, once the back end is kind of built and the majority of the, baseline mechanics are in, usually nothing changes. Because it's too hard to change the base of the application like that. Now, coming in for another combat landing here. Let's try to cap this thing. My wings are still not on the ground. Why not? I'm only going 280. So I took the flaps off, and I'm capping it, but not really. What's going on here? There's too much lift generated by my wings, apparently. So, I guess I didn't get the cap there. Probably because, and I'm actually getting jacked up by a gladiator, which is really interesting. It's a rank 1 plane, kicking my rank 6 plane's butt. I just can't shake him. He's a turn fighter. Nobody's on him. They're really easy to take down. Let's see if he's got anybody on him. Nope. Okay, now he's got a couple guys on him, but it's too late for me. shoots out my engine, and I'm dead. Which is really sucky. That plane, I mean, it's a good plane, but it's not that good. So it's time to fly out the IL-2 Sturmovik tank destroyer with rockets. This thing is a total beast. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it has 4 20mm cannons, and that's actually where the meat of this guy's ridiculousness comes from. But also the rockets. I usually get 1 rocket kill per game with this plane, but we'll see. So I'm dropping off my bombs there because I usually try to dogfight with this thing. Well, not dogfight, but I try to do air battles. But anyway, I think it's stupid. If War Thunder develops the tanks and ships separately from aircraft, I really think that's a bad idea. Because, again, so much time is going to pass between them actually bringing out Navy and tanks and all that stuff that they're not going to go back and create a whole nother application mixing all 3 of them. By that time, there's going to be other games out, other competition. That's going to be in 3 or 4 years. Think of how much happens in 3 or 4 years. You know? In 3 or 4 years, there's going to be more games coming out, and they're going to lose out. There could even be new competition in the World War II combat arena like you see with War Thunder here. I mean, Wargaming has had World of Tanks up for over 2 years, and now War Thunder's finally coming in as competition, but I'm sure there's going to be more free-to-play games that are like this one, because the market's not saturated for this kind of game. It's just not. They haven't, you know, the United States has a huge market for this, I think, because, first of all, I don't think they're marketing to the U.S. Either they're not marketing at all, or they're just not marketing correctly. And so I think there's a big space in the United States market to pick up more players for a new game that comes out. Especially one that doesn't have what seemingly people would think, got a kill assist there, not very great, would seemingly think that have Russian bias. You know, if the first game that doesn't have that now that there's 2 games that seems like it has it, I think is going to take a lot of the European and American market. You know, because I think European and American gamers want things balanced. We want American and British and Russian and French and whatever planes to all be fairly balanced, even if they weren't during the war period. I'm okay with balancing for gameplay, to help the game out. Like, obviously, if you put the Tiger 1 where it's supposed to be, a tier 6 in World of Tanks, it's going to dominate everything. Now, the Tiger never had the long 88, so if you only gave it the short 88, but with 100 millimeters of flat armor, it would dominate tier 6. Because it's a beast. And so they had to rank it to tier 7 or else it would wreck the gameplay. Although it's funny that they leave the KV-1S at tier 6 with that insanely massive gun, and that doesn't seem to get moved. So whatever, I don't know. I don't think it actually had the 122 millimeter gun on, or cannon on it. Maybe it did. Ram! There we go! Almost said ram. Rocket kill, baby! Awesome! I love that stuff. So, still have 4 more rockets. Another great thing about this plane is it does have a lot of rockets on it. And the rockets actually reload pretty quickly. I think it's like a minute. So, they're pretty much dominating, the enemy's pretty much dominating this game. But it's time to start getting some kills. It's time to start taking some dudes out. Now, this isn't a high scoring game for me. Really, I have not had a lot of time to play War Thunder lately. I should be able to play a lot this weekend and get a lot more great gameplay. Also, I want to start doing maybe a couple different types of videos. Like, I'm going to try to get in a guide. And I should have released these rockets a little bit lower. I would have got the kill on that guy. I need to work on my rockets. I'm decent with them, but I'm just not that great with them. Now, here's that Gladiator. That's a different one. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead, Nether. He's dead. And there I am letting out bombs on my own runway. It's pretty awesome. Although I think it's... No, we control it now. So, anyway, what the hell was I talking about? I can't even remember. I don't know. I just think it's going to really let me down if it's a separate game. I really hope it's not. If it is, I'll still play it probably. I just think they're leaving something on the table. And especially with the way they've already got the models in the game, there's already, you know, spawn points for boats and certain boats in the game already, and, you know, the only thing is the boats don't really have a role. Well, I guess they do, you know. Take your boats into the harbor. That seems like a decent goal. You capture the harbor. The one thing I was really wondering about, too, is what role would aircraft carriers play? If you have people or players in the game already, I guess you could have players that are flying out in Navy aircraft take off and land at the carrier, but there doesn't seem to be anything else for the carrier to do, because it doesn't do anything else. I guess if you're a carrier player, you could have a couple of AIs launch off and like try to kill people and stuff, but the problem is then you're not really killing anybody. So that's not skill-based, and it's kind of random. I don't know. Maybe you could fly out with a plane, but it could be like a not as, I don't know, maybe not as powerful plane as a plane flown out in proper War Thunder planes, if you have a carrier. Or maybe your goal is to position the carrier a certain way so that you can, quote-unquote, capture the port or something like that. I don't know. That's, to me, the biggest question when they come out with Navy is what role will carriers play? Since carriers, I don't think, can really directly damage other ships. That's not really what their purpose is. So, I think I'm firing a little bit high and behind. I've adjusted my firing a lot since this video. This has taken probably last weekend. Rockets way off. They actually do have a drop off. Should have probably fired my rockets a lot higher. Really just trying to kill that guy before he flew back into the enemy furball there over the base. So it looks like we're attacking again. Aircraft destroyed because that guy must have crashed and nobody else had hit him. So that's pretty nice. I don't feel like that's an accomplishment or anything, but at least I did kill the guy. Or, I mean, I got the kill just because I hit him and he crashed. I mean, I could have taken out some of his wings and stuff, and maybe that's why he crashed. I don't really know, but the game doesn't really give you enough indication of what you actually took out on the enemy plane. Now, this would have been a great time to have those rockets, but 31 seconds left. So I should be saving my rockets for the times when I get within, 2,500 or 250 meters of somebody, because I could easily take this guy out with rockets. Now, he's pretty much going to die anyway. This is before the 1.29 0.5 update where they actually... Oh, I got the kill anyway, but that fire would have done more damage to him in the more recent patch. So, another kill there. Incendiary doing a little bit of damage. And also, I think I'm going to be messing around with the incendiary shells a lot more now that fires do so much more damage. I want to see if that's more effective now to go out with incendiary shells. Mainly what I'm using right now is armor-piercing shells. It seems to work better for me. Probably because hitting them from behind and also in the front and stuff, you want to try to get some rounds into the engine and the cockpit. But there's quite a lot of armor around the engine and cockpit on a lot of planes, so I think it's nice to go out with that armor-piercing stuff. I don't know how this guy's not dead. Again, maybe I'm not hitting him with cannons. Seemed like I was shooting right down on top of him. Here I'm using elevators again to turn faster. Something I've been doing a lot more. And it's really hard to turn fight in these IL-2s. They're awesome planes, but I mean that guy's Japanese. It's going to be obvious that it's going to be tough. Right, with this much, I should easily be able to kill this guy, though. I'm too focused on rockets. With those 4 20mm cannons, it really should be quite easy. Unless it's 2 20mm cannons, but I thought it was 4. A lot like the bow fighter. But anyway, so I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. Let me know what you think about the Navy. If you're going to be flying out Navy, and what Navy you're really looking forward to, and what class you're looking forward to most. Obviously, Battleship is going to be fun to roll out with, or float out with. I don't even know how you say that. Another interesting one I think is going to be Destroyer, because it's got anti-aircraft and anti-submarine stuff on it. Another fun one will be Sub, because you're going to be hopefully hidden, avoiding depth charges and stuff like that from destroyers. But the destroyers will be the fast boats, so that's going to be probably kind of fun too. But I'm really interested to see what their victory conditions will be, other than, destroying all enemy ships. That's going to be an obvious one. Is it going to be taking the port? I would imagine securing the port would be a big objective. But I think you can only secure the port if you're the only ships remaining, right? I mean, just because it's kind of like in World of Tanks, where you get on the base for, I don't know, 30 seconds or whatever it is, or a minute, and you win. Well, the enemy still has tanks, so wouldn't they just keep attacking? Or does that mean that they retreat? And here a yak is taking me out. I mean, you're not going to really be able to dogfight with a yak. in this thing. You really have one chance, and now my ailerons are out. Yeah, not my elevators. You really have one chance. Your one chance, and I'm trying to do some rocket kills, just get lucky here before I get killed by that stupid... Oh, here we go. Spitfire flies right in front of me. Can't believe... I didn't even hit him right here. Wow, that's bad. Okay, now my whole plan's done. Anyway, you would think that, especially in a naval battle, I guess the only thing would be if you capture the... You can't capture the port while the enemy has ships left, because that doesn't make any sense. So, Yak 1B flying out here. I'm not as good with the Yak 7 and 1 here as I am with the 39, because I tend to do better if I can get 1 or 2 shots and kill a plane, because I think the Yaks just take more shots and you have to line up your shots better. I'm just now getting better at that kind of stuff. And now that I'll be holding my shots till I get in closer, which I think is a good strategy, hopefully I'll be able to get more air kills with these Yaks. They're definitely very powerful, but you have to land a lot of shots in a row on somebody, you know, to make it so that that powerful plane, you know, keeps its power. So I'm within 50, and the screen's shaking all over because there's so much anti-aircraft everywhere. You know, shots from the enemy destroyers my own destroyers, shaking my plane, which really sucks. For some reason, I have not gotten many pilot kills lately. I don't know why that is. I'm shooting down on cockpits and just not getting lucky, I guess. I know I was wavering around a lot there. And no, get out of there. Lots of enemy furballing on our base right here. And I think we're just getting taken out very quickly. You know, and the enemy just has more planes to fly out. So, nice crit on that Spitfire. Can I get the kill? I think this is also... Yes, I did. Before I turned down my mouse sensitivity one more notch, the most recent 39 video, I actually have the mouse sensitivity turned down one from my typical, and I actually do a lot better with keeping the aim on the target, the sights on the target. So I don't know. I wonder if it's going to help me with the Yaks. I don't really know. Anyway, I really would love to play a game where it had a modern military, or modern Navy, like you can see I'm posting up the United States Nimitz class super carriers. These are obviously badass ships, and they roll out with carrier strike groups, which have a couple cruisers, maybe two types of cruisers, 2 each of those, 2 destroyers, and stuff like that, and just roll out in a huge group. And, did I not hit this guy? There we go. Wow, that guy didn't come down, huh? But anyway, that would be really cool, too, to have a more modern game like this, where we fly jets with missiles and different stuff like that. So anyway, that was this game. I did okay, really showing how the IL-2 is a beast. 1,600 points, not bad, but not great. Only 12,000 credits because I did not get those 2 caps that I tried for, or I would have had a lot more credits. Probably about 3,000 more. Also, I didn't get a mission reward bonus. That's interesting. I didn't get any lions for that. It's weird. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. See ya.